Hello all, welcome back to this YouTube channel, and I hope you all are doing good. If you are new to this channel, do check it out. This channel, you can find a lot of good content here, and also this video especially for the candidates who are attending the TCS interviews. So I am making these videos by collecting all most of experiences from the students. And if you checked my last video on TCS preparation video, I have said how to prepare to this TCS interview. I have mentioned some points here in this video. If you haven't seen this, do check it out. The things which I have explained here, most of the questions has come from this, like from these points. I'll show you this experience, interview experiences now. Let us see those questions. How did they ask? And let us dive into the video and let us see how the questions are there. See here, without any delay, let us jump into these questions. See, I have made all the all three profile interview experiences here. I have made experiences like for Ninja 2 experiences, for Digital 2, and for Prime 2. And I'll show you how the questions are there. And you don't think for you as well the questions would be same. It will definitely differ. If you have seen my previous interview preparation video, I have said that each and every question will be based on the interviewer who will ask you. See, if I show you some experience here, you will wonder there are a lot of unexpected things happened this time. I'll show you. You'll get to know that what all those are unexpected things. This video might go bit long, so bear with me and see each and every thing which I'll share here. And here in this year, lot of unexpected things like happened. Let us see what are those. And first of all, in the starting of the video, I am telling you, don't think like it will be same uh, experience for you as well. It might differ. It will definitely differ. Keep these as references. I will not tell in this video. I will not tell like how to okay, let us see how it goes. First of all, I'll tell what are these questions. See, for Ninja profile on 21st June it happened. For Ninja profile, see here, this is technical round. Situation based questions on travel to my travel to interview location, and was asked oops feature you noticed during your journey. See how this question is there. See, like this question they can ask. Tell me about yourself is okay. Two SQL queries are okay. See, if they are them, I think they mentioned JavaScript, so that he mentioned JavaScript, so that he asked about hoisting. See, briefing of my projects. Have you improved your project after completing? Asked it because I had a project on RAG Tech. See, what is NLP? This is a natural language processing, which is like a domain in machine learning. I think he mentioned as his project, right? And about certifications. See, if you see this, there is one pattern of asking questions, right? But this will not be same. Sometimes it might vary. Let us see in our next experience slides. See, if you go to manager round, tell me about yourself, famous things about my city, about my NLP project, same goes here. Problems faced in here, 3 to 4 oops questions here, about my extracurricular activities, photography and cinematography. He might have been known this, so that he mentioned this. See, if you see this, technical round is a guy who takes like only on technical. Sometimes in managerial round also, sometimes they might ask technical questions. So these kind of questions came to this guy. And in HR round, you see this: are you ready to reallocate, comfortable with night shifts, uh, about my family background, any questions? Okay, they'll ask do we have any questions to them? So okay, see, all three rounds took some 19 to 20 minutes for him. See, if you see these questions, these are okay to answer. But what I think, like sometimes for digital round, for digital profile, they should ask some more high level questions, right? Let us see how they are. If you see these questions, I'll most probably not tell you to how to answer this, because you might have some different experiences with this. See, if I tell you to answer in this way, it would be not nice. That I feel. So that I'll not tell exactly how to answer this, but I can tell you, like in the previous video as well. I showed you, like I gave some points there, right? I showed you what they might ask. Then you can frame easily to what to answer this. In the place of what is NLP, right? They might ask something from your project, right? So you know what is there in your project, right? Exactly. So you can answer that easily. So these are the question, guys. Questions of one candidate. This is of one candidate. Let us see the next person. See here. This is another ninja candidate's. What do you say? Experience yourself. See here. If you see this experience, this is quite different. If you see, this is high level. This is pretty much high level. See, I'll show you why. I'll tell you why. Here I will explain something about this. Tell me about yourself is okay. What is computer vision? This is one question. Machine learning project related, and DevOps, CI/CD, Flask, AWS was mentioned in his resume. Rest of interview on project discussion and improvements, HR related, and see here these things he mentioned in his resume, right? Resume, so that they asked him. But you can think once here. See, these are high level. Yeah, they asked about DevOps, CI/CD. This is Flask, I guess. This is not Flan. This is Flask. By mistake I typed here. This is Flask and AWS. See here, if you take these computer vision and all, computer vision and these machine learning projects are very advanced one, which they will ask definitely in digital and prime areas, prime profiles. So they asked it here as well, because he mentioned in the resume. So what I will tell you, whatever you mention in the resume, each and every line you should know. So that I can give you like a tip here. Make sure that if you don't know something, you can just remove from your resume. So now you can't do, I guess, because you might have forwarded that resume previously itself, right? Okay, that's okay. You make sure to know all the things which are there in your resume. So DevOps, CI/CD. What is CI/CD? It is continuous improvement and continuous deployment, integration and continuous deployment. So they might have asked it on these topics. Flask is a which we use as a microservice. It is we will use with integration with Python. This Flask and Django. This is lightweight thing than Django. Flask is a lightweight. AWS, obviously this is cloud computing. If you see these questions, these are most probably comes in a digital profile and prime profiles. So in HR, these questions are common. Most probably this will be common. Reallocation. They will ask about bond, because this is Ninja, right? Bond will be there for sure. And pan India in the sense, like, do you work all over India, wherever you'll get, or do you say, job location and night shifts. And this is just they mentioned here, so that I'll remove, no issue. This is not experience. This is just out of page, right? And if you see here, this is all I kept two experiences. These are enough, I guess, to know how they might ask. So I need not to tell how to answer each and everything, right? It would become a big video. And also, let's see, if someone needs that, you can comment out. So I just made questions what they asked it, and in between, if there is a tougher one, right, I'll tell you how to tell that. Here, I'll tell you. Yeah. Next, we'll do it for digital profile here. This was one of candidates' experience here for digital. See, now you can compare between this digital and Ninja, how it happened. See, self intro is okay. Asked it about what is HTML and Bootstrap, which he probably has mentioned in his resume. Bootstrap, right? So see, mentioned in the resume. Resume is important, guys. Which you mentioned in that. See, which language do you prefer? He said Python. So they asked it to write a Python code for this. You you might get you might not get same, what do we say, same coding question, like they asked about Fibonacci series prime. You should know about that also. They might ask randomly like these questions. See, this is an increment in here, right? Try it out, this question as well if you need. She asked it about SQL joins. I mentioned in the resume. Okay, most probably will mention SQL, this HTML and all. And he has shortlisted for HR round. Great. And HR round, they asked about reallocating is okay. Uh, See, this is that. Are you willing to work in any domain? This might be the question. Here you should answer very cleverly. Like you might be working in Python, right? They might use some .NET. Then how do you work? You should answer them perfectly. You can answer in the way that you will learn that courses in the shortest period, and you should give some innovative answers to them. See, gaps during your education. This is some random question, I guess. See, that's it for him. They asked you to post here. That's okay. I'll remove this. No issue. That's it here. So if you see this, this is quite short, right? They might have asked something, some more questions here, but he might have not mentioned here. But if you compare with this and this, ninja questions are somewhat tougher. If you see this, digital questions are somewhat easy to see. I don't know if they asked it about these digital technologies or not. I have mentioned in my previous video, right? That is very important. See, I have also mentioned one of our subscriber. I'll show his experience actually. He wrote very long essay kind of experience. I'll show that. It is very nice. Like so, most of them will get aware of that from that. So, see, this is, you can find difference, right? They might have asked this Python as same as a digital technology. They might have felt that if you find some difference between these, there will not be any difference. Only the interviewer will be different. So based on interviewer only, our future will decide basically. Sometimes it happens based on all our fate actually. Fate. See, this is another digital. This is another digital candidate experience here. He felt very bad really because he did not see my previous video which I have made. I think he has missed that. So he did not expect these kind of questions. This is completely unexpected. See here what happened. Self introduction, projects, skills, technical questions, some managerial and HR questions. Okay, basically this was a pattern which two candidates who were giving in the two panel next to me in the same hall. He thought like, however, the questions I faced here were quite different. But he got some different questions from them. What have you prepared from from your past interview to this one? See, they asked this question. How did you prepare to this interview, rather than like from previous interviews? This is definitely unexpected, right? See, what are the technologies usually used for digital role? Do you have any professional certification on cloud computing, generative AI, machine learning? Basically, he did on cybersecurity. I answered like he answered like some questions, basic level certifications, and domain isn't related to such technologies. Yeah. See, do you know DSA? They asked about DSA. I told them yes, and he explained something about these things, which drafts, stats queues, vectors, linked list, and all drafts as well. See, we answered all these things. But see here what happened. What do you know about cloud computing? I said some basic level knowledge, and they asked to elaborate some this PaaS, SaaS, IaaS, right? Software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, right? Some benefits about that. And then he said you need, like that interviewer said, once a candidate who wanted to come into digital role, they should need some in-depth knowledge about these trending technologies, which I have explained in the previous video as well. You should know at least any of these digital technologies. They feel as like artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing, some web technologies also present, web technologies, like some full knowledge on that. AWS comes in cloud computing, right? Or else Azure, or else GCP, Google Cloud Platforms, right? See, he said like he is good at C++. some knowledge on cybersecurity and Python. Then see, they did not ask any in-depth questions related to things which I see. This is very unexpected, right? If you see most of the experiences, right, most of them will take from the resume and they'll ask some questions, and when you answer that, they will go deep into that, right? But for this guy, it happened some different because that is based on interviewer, right? So interviewer might expected like he know everything in the resume, so that he went somewhat beyond that. So you should also think beyond that. So finally, they suggested him to learn a cloud and AI. See, they suggested usually. See, he's telling he did not expect digital road in no such technologies. He had prepared for DBMS, OOPS, SQL, and easy to medium coding questions. This is okay, but when we go for a digital role or prime, right? I stressed and I explained in my previous video. You guys all missed that. I explained there clearly about digital technologies. They will ask that definitely, right? So what I mentioned in that video, they definitely asked those. See, and let us go to prime profile. How it happened? This is on 19th, I guess. So see here, no self introduction. This is one kind of interview. No self introduction, no discussion about project, no resume based on question. See here as well. This is something. See, this is prime, right? Let us see how it went. Except SQL questions. Asked about uses of servlets, creation of servlets. See, I think he might have mentioned Java as his main domain, which he is working on. Servlets, and what are views? What is difference between views and select statement? In is it really necessary to create a view? Explain the mechanism of HTTP HTTPS. It is security and non-security kind. Mm, yeah, which I said is more secure than they said. If you some scenario based question and explain types of no SQL data, SQL versus no SQL difference. You might have been known this. I mentioned Mongo in my resume. They asked about how to store records like MongoDB. Yeah, how to store NoSQL data in the form of graphs. So how to fetch employee ID from JSON without writing MongoDB code, I guess. Query explain two kind of XML phrases. Explain about hash map. Explain about current hash map. Write a difference between hash map and array list. See, explain fit search. Write a code for binary search. Explain. This might be another question. Explain JSP. What are index in SQL? So if you observe, this is a exact a kind of like a prime interview because, however, should be based on their LPA, how much LPA will be there, and right. So here this is apt like exact what should be there for knowledge for the prime profile. So this is okay. See how somewhat complicated questions are there. If we know like what is what, we can answer these questions as well. See photos, how questions are there here. See, they asked it about hash maps and what is the difference between, and also they focused on JSON. Most of the times they might not ask about JSON and all. JSON, if you know that JSON thing, you can answer. See these questions, and see they asked it about binary search and JSP as well. So might be he is familiar with Java, so that they asked it advanced Java basically. They went into servlets and also they went into what do we say, yeah, views and also hash maps like HTML phrases as well. So this is quite interesting here. We should focus. And also if you see here in digital, they most probably focused on digital role and digital technologies. And here this interviewer asked it in this way. And let us go for another prime interview. So this took entirely some 25 minutes, including HR he mentioned, and intro. Okay, here he asked it intro. Asked it about projects mentioned in the resume. See here, this is the same prime interview. This is a prime interview, but here they asked it from the resume. See, this is the thing, and some Java core questions. Inheritance, they asked it interfaces, method overriding, method overloading with examples. They are also they asked it to write on the paper as well. One pattern code might be, and multi-threading they asked it. Some MR questions here. MR questions, what did they ask? What is the project management? How did you manage your main project? Any risk faced during project? Is it okay to you if we will give you a ninja role? If qualified, then they allowed to HR. They allowed to HR round because they mentioned HR questions, right? HR round. See here, if you observe this, these are also some tricky questions. Sometimes we can answer technical questions easily, but sometimes the managerial round questions will be somewhat different. The manager might ask some yeah, technical questions as well, scenario based questions, because he might be a manager, right? He will ask most probably what problems you faced during the project. What is your role in your project? See, how did you overcome from those what do you say, those problems when you are working in the project? And also they might ask you what is the SDLC, like software development life cycle. How do you work on which on what which model you will be working, agile or what? And these are the questions. See, this is another question. Is it okay to you if we will give you ninja role? See, this is a guy who is giving interview for Prime, right? They directly asked it that, is it okay to give you ninja role? This is another question. And they send for a HR round. See, same questions. Reallocation. Any domain is okay to work. Any previous offer there in hand and family background. See, that's all from HR. HR questions will be like this, and managerial questions will be like this. And if you, I think that's all. That's all from these in experiences. And what is the takeaway from this? It's from these experiences, guys. What is the takeaway? Always think beyond everything. See, you might have learned each and everything, but we can't expect they'll ask this and they'll ask that. So you should think in a different way while answering as well. While answering as well, do you if they ask someone question on a technical question, you give some 2 3 scenarios that even while answering you, like while answering to them, keep in mind that something you answer, right? If they ask a question from your answer, you should be able to answer that question as well. So keep in mind that an answer to them. And that's all for this video. Do like, share and subscribe. And if you have any queries and anything about this, comment comment it. I'll check it out. And don't forget to share with your friends as well. That's all for this video. Until we meet in the next video. Bye.